Initiate release sequencer. On my mark. 5,
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2, 1. Mark.
Welcome back to the Resupply, old school Resupply, with me, guy next door.
And me, Than. No DK here to screw up anything today. And I totally just stepped on Steve-O's benchmark because I'm a fucking terrible broadcaster.
Well, we've been doing this like
Sorry,
almost
Steve-O.
100 times now, so who cares? Look, we are bringing you your weekly double tap of all things Space Marines and Laser Force. You are 100%. What is happening? Flash of inspiration for tech issues. No tech issues today, I don't think, unless my mic's not working. Please let me know. Hey man, nice to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. It's a little bit weird, I'm gonna say, doing this without DK. You know, but it's yeah. I mean, usually it's me that's not here, and so people have gotten used to not seeing my dumb face. So when
I love your face.
Well, that's nice, but I totally have a dumb face. It's fine. But yeah, things are not terrible.
It's
although
good.
the North Texas weather right now has kind of got me going. What the fuck is happening?
Too hot, too cold.
Too cold. So
wait, hold that thought for me.
Hold
very
that thought.
Quickly.
Okay.
Good morning to you, chat. Okay, I want to do a very, very special shout out to Emo Wolf. Emo Wolf, happy birthday to you. I hope you have an amazing birthday. Thank you for joining us on your birthday. A little birdie told me that it was a special celebration for you today. So happy birthday to you. If we could get some love in chat for Emo Wolf for birthday love, that'd be amazing. Chuck some Reggies or something in there. From us to you. Sorry, please continue. Please continue, Than.
Why is there no Jaunty Than emote right now? Am I just missing myself?
Right. No. It's in Discord. It's not in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's literally that we've been lazy and haven't actually.
Well, it's not lazy.
Moved my face over.
There's no spots, so I have to get rid of something to put you in, and I can't be able to lose myself. So.
That's fair.
Actually, we might have to get rid of the gold Resupply logo maybe, but then you'd have to sub at tier 2 to get it. So, I mean, I like your face, but not that much.
Yeah, I don't like my face that much either. So it's fair.
It haunts my nights.
But yeah, I mean, but so Texas weather, which is actually the entirety of the Midwest of the U.S.'s weather. Yeah, massive fucking Arctic air blast of bullshit that so we literally got a winter storm warning that came through, I want to say like an hour or two ago, and literally the first sentence in said winter storm warning is historic winter storm poised to impact the region Sunday and Monday.
That's something you never want to hear.
Not just a storm, a historic storm. So, that's potentially fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
But like straight up, so Monday in freedom units, they're projecting us for a high of 13 and a low of -2. Which in C is I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to look at my phone to actually do that.
Did you say
because
-34?
No, I did not say negative.
Oh, thank you
34.
for the bits, Emo Wolf. We should be sending you bits. It's your birthday.
So Monday in actually let's do Sunday and Monday in actual temperature that the rest of the world knows. So Sunday they're projecting. Sunday they're projecting our high for -6 and a low of -17. And Monday they're projecting our high at -11 and our low at -19.
Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Celsius.
Fucking hell, man, that's brutal.
Yeah, no, That's why I gave it to you in freedom units first, and then
Is that what the
actual
F stands
measurement.
for?
Yeah, freedom units, of course. Duh.
I very much enjoy what Pine-Size said. She said, laughs in Michigan winter.
Hey, okay, yes. Michigan winter is fucking stupid. Nobody's arguing that, Pint. But if I wanted Michigan winter, I would fucking live in Michigan. I don't fucking live in Michigan. I live in Texas, which has its own set of problems, don't get me wrong. But generally, the weather not iceboxing for a full fucking week isn't one of them. So
Morgan said,
yeah.
Scotland hit negative 20 degrees Celsius the other night, new record since 95. That is brutal, dude. We also Manitoba says hi.
Yeah.
I've experienced like real cold temperatures once in Italy, and I think it got down to negative like 25 or something Celsius, and that was brutal. But we were up in the mountains, like surrounded by, snow. So
it wasn't such a stretch that maybe it might get fucking cold because we're in the mountains and there is snow and it's glorious and we're skiing and we're expecting this cold bullshit. I was not expecting this level of cold bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
From this winter. This is one of those things where it's like, yeah, we're setting records over the next couple of days where they're expecting like up to like 7 inches of snow, which again, for people in certain or certain listening areas of this pod, 7 inches of snow, not a big fucking deal. I get it. We're fucking spoiled. Snow is not a thing that happens here, like pretty much ever. Like the last time we had any sort of sizable snow that stuck for any sort of period was literally 2015. So
crazy.
Yeah. So when I say that we are about to get super fucked, we are about to get super fucked. 7
Good
inches
Lord,
in
Russell. Fucking Jesus. Look,
and he did 7 inches in real measurements. That's about 12 centimeters ish. 12 centimeters, somewhere in there.
Welcome to
doing that off the top of my head. Yeah.
Welcome to Metrics versus Imperial with the resupply.
Yeah.
Look,
it's fucking dumb.
Did I accidentally check on the shitty weather channel? Absolutely, hoodie. You absolutely did.
Yeah. Totally mining that for content.
We have a couple of things to get through. We have somebody waiting in the wing. You can hear him like giggling every now and again. We'll bring him in soon. Boom, he's gone to mute. I just heard the click. We'll get to what we're going to talk about soon with him shortly. We've got a couple of random things to discuss before we get into it, because slow news week is what it is. How was? Let's talk about your stuff first, though, Tham. How was this week for you?
So, I think when last we talked, when I was last on the show, because that whole every other week thing.
Basically do half the work of everyone else here, but whatever.
I mean, hey, I do half the work and get paid exactly the same. I think it works out. As in, we all get paid nothing. So that's there we go.
Depends on how generous Nate's feeling on any given day.
That is entirely accurate.
Yeah.
So when I was last on, I was getting ready to do my first therapy appointment, and I was honestly fucking terrified, which I think came through in the fact that I almost broke down on stream, and Steve-O, you had to do a nice little 8-second cover so I could recover myself, so that was cool.
Making light of tense situations.
It's what we do.
It's what we do.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Humor as a coping mechanism. Who knew?
It's basically like it's
everybody
in our like culture for the resupply. That's number 2 on the list.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So since then, I've actually had two. Had one the Tuesday after, and actually just had one yesterday. And I mean, obviously, it's early days. It's setting groundwork. It's figuring initial shit out as far as that goes. So pretty much the best I can say is that it's going.
Good.
Going
Going is positive.
Going is positive. I didn't freak out and not go to the appointments, which I'm taking as a win, because that's definitely a thing that I know happens. People make appointments and sometimes it's not the right time and whatever. For me, this is pretty much the right time. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely work being done. I think that's probably where I'm going to leave it for the time being. I've started the process. There's work being done, and whatever the kind of the net end of that work is, should be a net positive. Even if in the immediate, there's some uncomfortable moments, and I'm 100% sure there's going to be some real fucking uncomfortable moments coming
especially
up
in the beginning,
because,
right?
Yeah,
it's all the hard bit.
Yeah, it's funnily enough, actual genuine self-reflection is real fucking hard.
Oh yeah.
Actually, taking a real cold, hard look at yourself and the how and the why that you do certain things and whatnot. Yeah, so that is the path and the journey that I'm on right now. But it's off to at least a decent start. And what I will say is for people that may be out there that are just kind of doing the thinking about it, there's never a wrong time to do it. When your headspace is at the point of I'm ready to do it, that's the time to do it. With the secondary thing of if the first person you go and see you don't vibe with, it's okay to find somebody else. I'm considering myself very, very fortunate in that the first therapist that I found that I've started going to, like, I'm on a good vibe and flow with this person, and that's making this go a bit better. But if you've hit the point where where you're doing the thing and you go and see somebody and that person doesn't vibe with you, that's okay. Like, go ahead. It's okay to go, no, you're not the right person for me. Let me find somebody else that can help me move in the right direction. So
I suppose some of that, like, self-reflecting stuff as well, is like, it's not just the negative stuff that's hard to accept, but also, like, people have trouble accepting the positive things about themselves as well. And like self-love is really important, but it's something that, like, a lot of people struggle with. Like, I know I do, like, quite a bit. So yeah, I can imagine that all of that stuff is super raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's good though, bro. Like, it's such a massively positive thing that you're doing. So,
well, and again, I mean, for how much we as a show, to try to champion mental health and try to normalize the conversations around mental health and all that. Yeah, it's like I don't think we'd be doing the community a service if if I wasn't being, at least relatively open with this whole thing. I mean, now obviously as the process goes, there's definitely going to be times when this update may literally just be,
I did a thing.
I did a thing.
Yeah.
I had a session, and I'm wrung out, but I kept doing the thing like that.
Yeah.
That some weeks may be the entirety of the update, but I think as I continue this journey, and as we continue to talk about it as a community, the safer that we can make this space for everybody, and the more comfortable we can make it for people to reach out and say, yeah, I'm not doing so great. In whatever form that reaching out looks like, if it's reaching out to another community member, or or reaching out to a therapist, or anything of that nature. I think as we go, if we can normalize this conversation within our own little pocket of existence, well, this little pocket of existence influences other little pockets of existence. And if if people from this pocket start influencing their other pockets, and maybe those pockets influence other pockets, it's a gradual thing. But maybe we can get to a point where there isn't quite the level of social stigma against talking about your mental health. So yeah, that's kind of the long-winded, long-term goal of that, really, because god damn, I can talk.
Well, look, on that note, and in keeping with that theme, obviously we've been trying to do our best to help our boy Ninja Jack out as well, aka Nate, who plays out of Auckland. He is currently raising funds for the Mental Health Foundation of New Zealand. He has gone over $1,000 this week, which is amazing. I need to move this out of your face.
Oh yeah, chat is kind of covering my face on stream, isn't
normally,
it?
Yeah, normally it's not a problem because people are like, I don't need to contribute or nothing. No. But yeah, he cracked over $1,000 this week, I think, started this week, and will be carrying on for another month. So we're gonna try and get him to over $2,000. I think that's the next major milestone. So if you want to donate, even if it's like, if you've got a spare $20 laying around and you want to contribute, please do. I know that he'd really love the support. I know that we would really love the support that you guys have given him. So it's pretty awesome. He's done such a good job. So well done, Nate. You bloody legend, mate. Also, yeah, this community, we've said it before, but this community is here if people need it. If you need somebody to yarn to, or just be around. I see people have been using the general sorry, Ross is cracking me out. The general voice chat groups, and people just go in there. You've been in there a bunch playing Diablo.
Yep.
I know Doom's been in there. He's been playing StarCraft, I think, and painting, and just having a nice place to hang out is sometimes all you need. So especially with our Victoria. Oh, dude,
here's to getting him over 2,000. Plus, if anyone needs me, I'm here for everyone, and a message away.
We once Twitch pays out whatever is coming this month, because I know that there a few weeks back, it was the distraction show. There was a bunch of stuff that came in, so I'll talk to the boys, but I'm thinking maybe we just donate everything that we generated from this month to his charity, because I'll just waste it on Lego. No.
Nobody needs that. Well, I mean, people do need that, but given a choice where the money should go, I feel a little better about it going to Nate than your Lego.
No, I wouldn't spend that on Lego. There's some stuff that I want to donate in the form of Top Shots. Exactly right. So yeah, we'll look to make a sizable donation to the cause once the Twitch payment comes through. We'll send that over to your way, Nate. So just know that you have the love and respect from everyone here. Same with you, Than. Just know that we love you and that, you know, we're here for you when you need us. Just like I know that it goes the other way. So we're on that self-improvement buzz, folks.
We really are.
But enough of all that garbage. No. There's a couple things I wanted to give a quick shout out to our good friend and Resupply channel supporter Know It All, aka Ben. He is currently reffing the under 18s national touch rugby tournament, I believe. Which is a pretty massive deal for his refereeing career. So he's doing that as we speak. I watched a little bit of him earlier and was like, oh, I know that guy. He's on TV.
That's always exciting.
Dude, I can't help it. Every time I see somebody that I know on a screen, I'm like, oh, I know that person, but in real life. So
they're not just screen friends.
So yeah, well done, dude. I know he looked like he was having a ball, to be fair. He was laying down the law like every good referee does. They put their own individual imprint on the game and make sure that they influence everything. So you're exactly right, Ron. Don't think I've ever watched a sport for the referee. That's the very first time that I've done it. I didn't care what else was happening. I was just like, oh, there he is. There, right there. I know that guy. So well done, bro. If you end up watching this back, good job. The last thing. I had myself a bit of a week this week. It's been a bit of a trend. I've been talking about some of my dump shop finds this week. And I've been on a heater the last maybe 5 or 6 weeks, finding some amazing shit. But I put a story in the general chat and Discord. If you want to see the most ridiculous thing that you will ever, it keeps me up awake at night still when I think about it. Last night I went to bed, I was like, that was so good. Oh my goodness. I found a whole bunch of Nintendo 64 stuff at our local dump shop, and the fact that somebody throws this stuff away or even gives it away boggles the mind. Emo Wolf, just double tap that subscribe button. Thank you very much for the sub. Happy birthday. And yeah, so if you want to read that story, give it a bit of a view, because oh my goodness, it's amazing. Some of the best shit.
It's pretty fantastic.
We have a guest. We're about half an hour.
I say we take off and nuke the entire site from orbit.
We have a guest. We should probably bring him in because he's been sitting around.
We probably should, yeah.
Not contributing, which doesn't fly in my book. No, just jokes. Let me just quickly change the scenes. We'll bring him in. That guy. Well, half of that guy.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey man.
Fucking guy.
Our heart goes out to you, Victorians. Gone back into lockdown.
Hey, look, it's okay, because as you all know, we're the lockdown champions of the world at 4 months and going strong. The government thought that we were getting a bit soft, so they've thrown us in just to practice 5-day. We're in the masks everywhere now. It's fine. We're fine. We're preparing for 2022. We're going to go for the championship. Just going to lock down the whole year. It's going to be great.
Russ, lol, 4 months. Get the fuck out with that weak shit. I did see.
All right. Now that I've done that, wait on.
Yeah.
Laughs and masks since June.
Yes.
So, Heathen, I'm not sure why that flagged your message before. It was really weird, but it sounds really dope. I would like to see some photos of what you end up making with that Raspberry Pi. Yeah, so back in the lockdown, man. That's disappointing.
Sucks.
It's just 5 days. It'll be fine.
Take
like,
a week off
really,
from the gym.
Well, that sucks a bit because I can't go back to the gym till Thursday, and I'm missing Strongman today. But I get to be here with you guys, so there are wins. There are wins with everything.
Is it though?
Yes, I get to hang out with my friends and with the Peanuts sending things in the chat. Oh, sorry, and Heathen.
Hey, look, I'm all about that basically love. Dude, love is a great thing.
Yeah.
It cracks me up. I come from a household where we regularly give hugs to everyone. We regularly tell each other that we love each other. Even my extended whānau, like, I'll finish conversation with my cousins. Yeah, I love you, cuz. See you later, and like it's reciprocal. Gay? Yep. 100%. But like, it is a weird thing because I've been around the flip side of that where people do find it really uncomfortable if you tell them that you love them or that you express love to them. And my goal on a day-to-day basis is to make people help people feel a little bit more comfortable with showing emotions or telling them that you love them. So I love you all. Love to my friends. I love like everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Almost everyone. You don't love everybody.
Not everybody.
Not
I
everybody.
love
But
most
it's
people.
okay.
Right at this particular moment, I love the staff at the dump shop down the road because they are hooking me up. I bought them a box of beers yesterday. I was like, it's Friday afternoon. It's a cracker day. They did me a solid. I'm going to go get them some beers. So I took them a bunch of beers down and they were like, oh my God, this is awesome. You don't have to do that. I'm like, I love you guys. So here's some beers.
Which means now that you've brought them beer, they will continue to be like, oh shit, man. So good shit comes in. We let
just tell
this
this
guy
guy.
know.
I mean,
he does the thing. He brings us beer. This seems. I feel like this is very self-serving on your part. Actually,
look, there's a win-win. There certainly is a win-win. But I'm happy to give people beers without any ulterior motives. But you know, if karma works in wonderful ways, my friend, you give out nice things come back to you. So. It's a really addictions feeding addictions. Exactly right, Ducky.
That's fair.
But we got to yesterday and we were like, what we're going to talk about on the show tomorrow, and then had a bit of a. The store should be named One Man's Treasure, Steve-O's Treasure. That's exactly right.
that does sound entirely accurate.
Yeah, we put a message out very last minute because I had a bit of an idea and it snowballed. But it occurred to me yesterday that whilst we have talked about in the past, we've touched on specifically your recounts as a laser tag arena employee or previous employee then. We haven't really gone into a deep dive or anything like that. So, Steve is training them with positive reinforcement. That's exactly right. Hey, you give me good things, I give you a treat.
Yes. You are doing Pavlovian conditioning on the op shop employees. Yes, that is exactly what's happening. Really,
It definitely is.
But I figured, like, with DK not being here, Dan, you've worked. I know you've worked in multiple laser tag arenas. Al, you've been a previous employee of laser tag arenas.
Yes.
There are a bunch of people in chat that have all, at one stage or another, been employed by laser tag arenas. I have done unofficial work for laser tag arenas, but I don't have the same kind of experiences. But I thought we could. You always get war stories wherever you work, and I figure, like, if we could get people sharing their war stories. It might be a bit of fun. I had a couple of people send me some messages, but we'll get into those after. Do you guys want to do you want to lead off then? Like we were talking, I gave you a little bit of notice to cover some interesting stuff. There seemed to actually be a reoccurring theme as well with some of the stories, but we'll get there.
Well, I mean, some of the reoccurring theme is you're dealing with the public, and the public can, in general, be stupid and irritating. So I mean, that's a thing, regardless of what type of retailish job that you're working.
Customer facing, right?
Yeah. Any sort of customer facing role or customer. Anytime you have to deal with customers, which is everything. I mean, customers can be a pain.
Yeah.
And when you start potentially messing with their precious chillin's birthday party and whatnot, they can become even more of a pain. So one of the hardest things about this, when you dropped this topic on me yesterday, was actually trying to narrow it down, because
man, Billy needs more pizza.
Yeah, I mean, there's so there's just so much dumb shit that goes on, and generally, the staff at a lasertag arena are they trend younger, so you've got these anywhere from 16 to 18-year-old kids doing a lot of the work, and then maybe you've got a manager that's mid-20s generally. I mean, I know there's always exceptions to the ages and whatnot, but so you've got these kind of typically younger people dealing with adults that are not acting very adult-like, that just, it's really, what? Okay. Yeah. So as far as just insane birthday party moments, this is one that I basically walked into the building relatively shortly after it had happened, and kind of had to get the recap. So I mean, I think everybody in chat and hopefully listening back to this later is familiar, or should be familiar with the basic idea of a laser tag birthday party. You get a bunch of kids hyped up on sugar to go play laser tag, and then they come out, and in our case we had 3 private party rooms that we could put parties into, and kids are all hyped up, whatever. They've had their laser tag. They go into the room and they have their pizza, and this part's all going pretty good. And then there's cake.
Oh fuck, I love cake.
Oh, the cake. And party coach goes to cut the cake, because that's what they do. They're going to cut the cake, serve the kids.
Can you just clarify for me what party coach is?
So for that is a good question. So the way that Sacramento ran our facility many years ago, back when we still had a site, is we actually had a dedicated staff member or 2, depending upon how many parties we're actually running.
And their title was party coach.
Their title was party coach.
That's awesome.
And they were responsible for the actual the parties once they got out of the arena. So game marshals had them inside the arena, running through their games, whatever. Once they're done and they're all hyped up and whatever, you hand them off to the party coach, and the party coach deals with feeding them their pizza, their drinks, doing the gifts, feeding them their cake, all that good stuff. That is their responsibility. You will be shocked, absolutely shocked, to know that I was never a party coach.
Happy birthday to you. Very, very
happy
happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Emo.
Emo Wolf.
Slam Man with the gift subs.
Yep.
Rocks in with 5 gift subs. Thank you very much, Slam Man. You're a bloody legend. You might be up there with lead gift subber, I think.
Pretty sure he's close. But anyway, so as I was saying before, I probably got cut off by audio. Yeah, everybody will be completely shocked to know that my role was never party coach. I know you're all shocked to hear this, but
I can't believe that. Really, come on.
I know. It's all shocking that I would not be the one that would be dealing with the kids in parties. Yeah, no. So party coach goes to cut cake, serve cake, and the kids decide that food fight is the thing to happen. And apparently while he was cutting the cake, kid kind of reached from behind him and grabbed cake and started throwing it, and it went about as badly downhill from there as you can imagine. Like, all the kids just mashed the cake. They actually like swiped it all down the back of the party coach, like just shirt was basically just wrecked. The really bad thing about this, because I mean this is all terrible. I mean this is not going well. Like, party coach, like the second the cake hit his back, and he's just like, I'm out, and just walked out. Like, because at that point, what the fuck are you gonna do? There's literally nothing you can do.
Poor coaching is what that is.
Totally. So the kids and apparently some of the parents just went nuts with the cake and had a food fight. Well, the party rooms in Sacramento were painted with murals and stuff. Like, they were actually well set up, and they decided that like basically dragging the cake on the murals was the thing to do as well. So needless to say, that party got hit with a $250 charge for cleaning because that room was completely fucked up. Like, the reason I found out about this was I arrived for my shift literally like 90 minutes after that party was done, and they were still working on it. They were still trying to get it clean.
That's like a Motley Crue kid's birthday party, is what that is.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things that literally 20 plus years later, is a story that still sticks, because it's just that fucking ridiculous. Like, okay, so food fight with the cake and all that. Okay.
It makes me so sad for the wasted cake.
I know.
What a waste of cake.
It was a waste of cake, and the only kind of silver lining to this was when the parents were told, we're charging you a cleaning fee. They apparently didn't argue. Like, that is the only silver lining of this story, is that they did not try to pull the we're not paying. They were like, yeah, okay, and just paid it and did the thing. So that's one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's one of those that that happened in like 98, 99, and
son.
it's still a story that sticks.
Dirt XXX nasty, awesome. Slam Man, thank you very much for those gift subs. I'm not sure actually if you are in first place. You just got to keep gifting those subs, and we'll see what happens. No.
It's got to be him or Nate, doesn't it? Nate gifted a ton.
Yeah, he has. How's that? Is that better? Emo actually came in and donated a bunch. I think last week or the week before.
Yep.
So two things. Oh, well, no, one thing. I can kind of relate with the painting the wall with food, because we did that during a nationals when we were in Brisbane. I was out drinking with the guys from Wellington, and we ended up.
That was your first mistake.
we ended up at a McDonald's at like, I don't know, 1 a.m. in Fortitude Valley in Brisbane, and
that was your second mistake.
I asked for extra mayo on the side, and they gave me, the McDonald's sundae lids. They filled that with mayonnaise.
Oh no!
And
Mistake.
Oh no,
That was their mistake.
that was their mistake.
I think it was Virus who like ordered that, and I was like, "Bro, can I have some mayo?" He's like, "No, get your own mayo." And I was like, "Give it!" And just grabbed mayo, had a handful of it, and then all over the wall. So yeah, I was one of those guys.
Oh dear.
Poor decorum. Stu put a message in earlier. He said, a party went crazy and had a good fight in their room. Parents and all. There was so much ground-in cake and frosting and held up as something you could mimic skating on. You were pushed into it. So you got up and personally mimicked a SNS, and it worked. I don't know what that is. Also took hours to clean. Hard pass.
Yeah, no.
Kids, what a bunch of jerks wasting cake. For our 100th episode, which is coming up, I'll slip and slide right on. I am going to, because it's also going to be my birthday that day, I'm going to order a giant rainbow cake, and we're going to eat some of that on stream. So,
Nice.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that.
By we, you mean you?
By me, yeah, just me.
Yeah.
And Dan can't even eat any because she's like gluten intolerant. So, like straight up, just gonna be a giant rainbow cake for Steve.
So you're not going to get a gluten-free one so that your
No
wife
fucking
can have.
way. It's my birthday. So if I end up posting that I've gone back in the hospital after that show, you'll know why.
Too much cake.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Al, what do you got? What do you got from the archives?
Oh, one of my best ones is a local AFL celebrity. I'm not going to drop his name because it's a live Twitch channel and stuff. No.
Yep.
No. I'm not doing it. He at the time was the captain of one of.
I'm the captain now.
No, yes, you're the captain now. He was the captain of one of the AFL teams, and he came in on a Saturday with his wife and 2 kids, and they didn't have a booking, and he's famous in Melbourne. Like, people take one look at him and go, "Oh, that's
This person.
that's this person. He's the captain or legend for this football team that Ducky supports."
Cameron Smith.
No.
Nailed it.
AFL team. AFL team.
Yep.
And he came to the desk and went, "I want 2 games for 4 of us." And I went, "Do you have a booking?" And he, "No." As if this was ludicrous. And
don't you know who I am?
he did.
Yes!
He did.
Yes!
He did. and I went, "Yes, Mr. I do. But the next time I can get you in a game is in an hour and a half's time, because we're fully booked with people who rang up for bookings."
Well, maybe all of their publicists did a much better job than my one did. Just saying.
Oh no, he didn't. So they didn't come with the publicist. Didn't come with an entourage. Just him and the family. And was a massive douchebag about it.
Awesome.
Grabbed the manager, and the manager came over and went, "Fit him in." And I went, "Where? All the suits are in use. You overbooked me." And the manager went, "Oh, shit." And took this guy off and gave them free mini golf. And then got them in an hour and a half and had their games.
Ugh, famous people. Who needs them?
Let me counter famous people with another famous person whose name I'm happy to drop. AFL legend
Awesome.
Dermot Brereton. Now,
Yeah.
for the Australians, he was they all know who he is, but for everybody else, Hawthorn is one of the big AFL teams in Melbourne. He is a
Tigers?
superstar. No, Hawks. Hawthorn Hawks.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, he is a superstar of that club.
Richmond Tigers.
Legend of the AFL game. Hall of Famer. Yeah, in the early to mid 80s, he was an incredible football player for that club. He would come in regularly with his kids, and people knew who he is, and he had time for everybody.
That's awesome.
He would, he never made bookings, but when he came in, it was like, "How long do I need to wait before I can get in?" me and the kids have got 3 or 4 games that we'd like to do. And it's like, oh, I've got one now and one in like 40 minutes and then one in... He's like, great, book us in all 3, we'll go.
Cool.
And then they would just hang out and like parents would be coming up to him getting photos and stuff, and they would just hang out. He would sit through the briefing video every time.
That's
and just
awesome.
like they came all the time, and he would sit through the briefing video in the briefing room with all the kids all around him going, oh, and at the end, like, do we want to pick kids? We want to pick? Yeah. And they get a photo with him, and he was just the best guy.
Yeah. That's pretty cool when you know, guys like him and like me who are kind of a big deal.
You know, the people who are a real big deal.
That's right. I'll go down on the weekend to not anymore because you know I can't do that anymore. But like I'll go down there and people are like, oh my god, and I'm like, yeah, I know, yeah, kind of a big deal. And then, you know,
I got this really cool podcast,
yeah, and like legendary Auckland Laser Force player. I take photos with people even if they don't know that they're in the photo because most of them are selfies. It's great fun. So Morgan said, "There's a boxer here who got famous for a trashy TV show, the best kind of celebrity. Happened to be in a quest game with you and Blaze in Manchester, and you both smashed him. Perfect." Disco Stu had an employee get free tickets to a show for running games for Nora Jones, who loved tag. Wow, dude, that's awesome.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The famous people you met were all awesome, humble, and generous. I feel very fortunate about that, especially since most of them were football players. That's really dope.
That is pretty awesome.
We had a I won't get into specifics, but we were at a particular internationals tournament in recent times, and sort of minor league sports person came to a bar with us, where a particular band, which Old Man Than was once a feature of, played. And this guy ended up befriending some of the locals there, and we ended up going out with he came out with us the next night, and spent the entire time trying to mac onto our friend's friend who just wasn't having it. And that was a real uncomfortable evening for everyone involved. So yeah, famous people.
Or people who think they're famous.
I got sent a story from someone. You know who you are in chat. If could you just, I've just asked you a question about the story. Could you just have a look at that and let me know if you want to remain anonymous or not, and I will read your story out shortly.
And while that's happening, I've got more. So you know, it's fine. We can fill space.
I've had some people say my mic's quite low. Is it better now? I've turned up the levels, so hopefully it's a little better. Yeah, just let me know. But yeah, please continue.
So one of the other things that happened at Sacramento Laser Force back in the day. Now, obviously, people are in business to make money. Everybody likes money. Business owners love money.
I love money.
Yeah, I know. It's fantastic. It lets you do stuff. If you've got staff, it lets you pay them. It's great. Which was sometimes kind of a challenge in the old days of Laser Force Sacramento.
Wait. Sorry. Frank, the asshole ghost at your arena threw a sponge at you? At like a legit ghost?
What? Okay, Morgan. Okay. That's
awesome.
That's different.
Ghost.
I like the ghost got a name.
Yeah.
Of
course
that is
does.
pretty awesome. So for those of you who never had the privilege of getting to the Sacramento arena, before it no longer existed, it was not your standard theming. It was essentially a medieval castle type theme. two levels, lots of ramps,
So awesome.
all the usual black light paint, all that good stuff. Really sweet. Well, some promotion companies decided that our arena would be a great place to have a rave.
Yes.
Now, and on the face of it, sure. I mean, it's a large, dark space that already has black lights in place. So, you can do all your ravey shit and it's fine. So the first one that happened, went off without a hitch. It was fantastic. They paid us a stupid amount of money to rent the facility. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Yeah. It was great. They paid us a stupid amount of money to rent the facility for essentially an overnight, and it went off without a hitch, no issues whatsoever. I am firmly convinced that this first one going perfectly was all part of the plan to fuck us later.
Because a false sense of security.
Yeah, you got to put in the groundwork first before the say goodbye happens.
Because the first one, they had everything was staffed correctly, security wise and whatnot. Everything was good, everything was fine, no issues. So of course they came back a couple months later and were like, hey, can we do this again? And our owners, because the first one went so well, were like, yes,
of course.
Yeah. Of course, please give us this stupid amount of money again.
Yeah, just back the truck up again.
Yeah, just back the truck up. Yeah, we can definitely 100% take
your money.
This money from you because money, and we like to pay our staff, and our staff likes to be paid. The second time around did not go anywhere near as smoothly as the first time. They basically so all the security and stuff that they had done the first time, they didn't do any of that the second time, or so minimal as to be none. So all of the drug use that really didn't happen the first time all happened the second time.
Oh dear.
And the other thing you have to understand about the Sacramento facility at the time, so there were two bathrooms, obviously guys, girls. The male bathroom had, one stall, one urinal, and the female bathroom had two stalls. And there were many, multiple hundreds of people at this rave. And suffice to say, the bathrooms did not cope, so that was problematic. Yeah. But the biggest problem was that because they weren't, policing the drug use this time, of course, everybody is in the arena smoking a lot of weed, which at the time in California was not legal. The other thing you have to understand about the Sacramento maze, again, before it was torn down, pretty much all wood construction. Which, absorbs smells. So this rave ended at 5, 6 in the morning, whatever fucking time it ended. And so the arena was basically hotboxed, and all the pot smoke had basically seeped into the wood. We open at 10 on Saturday. It's 6 in the morning. So, needless to say, there were a bunch of secondhand stoned children that day. They straight up, they opened both emergency exits. They were like had fans going, trying to, and no, that went about as poorly as you can imagine.
On the flip side, there is no way that those kids are wasting the cake. That shit is getting eaten.
Yeah, there was no waste.
Games. Lights.
Look at the lights. Look at the lasers.
Yeah, there was definitely no wasted cake or wasted pizza that day. And yeah, so the raise never happened again because that's not a real good look. All these kids' birthday parties coming in, and the arena just smells like pot, and that's it. It's just nothing but pot.
Secondhand like pot is real rank too.
It was not good. Again, I showed back up for my shift at like 6 p.m. and walked in the arena and went, "You've got to be fucking kidding me! This is so not good."
Who smokes weed at
definitely. Rooms? Well, and then
take better drugs, kids. No, don't take drugs. We don't condone drug taking on the Resupply.
Well, and then the literally 2 or 3 months later, we're going under the ramps into the storage area to clean some stuff out or something, and there's literally 5 garbage bags worth of bagels that apparently had been brought for this rave because munchies, but somebody had stashed them under this ramp and had stashed them in such a way that they never got eaten. So literally we found these garbage bags full of bagels months later. And
where did we put those bagels? I'm pretty sure we ate them all. Oh man,
pretty much.
I didn't realize we got the munchies that bad. There were 5 whole bags. Like,
oh my god, I can't believe we ate that many bagels, man. What happens to the whole once you finish it? I don't know, man.
Where did they put the whole and finish eating?
It was like 6 garbage bags full of bagel holes, man.
Bagel's not here, man. Thanks, Tina. Appreciate that.
Man, it's awesome.
Yeah. So that was like that is just one of the just dumbest. It's like,
that's pretty funny.
Again, for the first one went so well, and so they got suckered into the next one, and the next one was this absolute shit show. And even as much as they, and I'll let the hydrate bot go. Even as much as the owners really liked money, and we really liked the money being paid so that we could get paid, it's just like, no, we're not doing this again. It's just not happening. So yeah, that was pretty fun.
Just quickly, seeing as I see that he's potentially still in chat, this was something I was going to do at the start of the show. Massive shout out to These Four Walls playing their first show this evening in about a year, I think. I don't think they played all of last year. So, boom, great link. I have a feeling that Blue Sin is actually streaming the show tonight. So if you want to see it, exclamation since December 2019. Holy shit, dude. I thought about, hang on, I think I have it as a thing. Let's try that one. There we go. Exclamation Blue Sin. If you want to watch it tonight, I'm not sure. What time do you guys play tonight, Gray? What time should people...
Oh, there you go. 7 p.m. Brisbane time.
Boom. I can't wait. I'm gonna watch that. What I wanted to do was actually find a place, go to Laser Force, project it on the wall, and get a bunch of people in there and have a mosh to it. But this is not feasible.
Also, in light of the last story, not good.
Yeah, true. Where's my baggie?
Well, I'm not going to be able to watch that live, but I am definitely going to watch the replay because that's going to be fantastic.
It's still a maybe on the stream. There may be tech issues. So that was the other thing. There's bound to be tech
okay.
issues where I was like, if we get a crew together and we try and watch it, and there's tech issues, then we'll all just stand around, in real life, and that's scary. Do you want? Yeah. So if you haven't already, go check them out because they're so good, so good. Al, what do you got for us? What?
Twitch streaming for mobile is an unknown entity. That's fair, Gray. That's entirely fair.
The audio quality, but hopefully it goes alright. Get someone to bring a laptop down with a like proper mic. Turn that gain all the way down, or something more engineering. Because you guys actually have audio engineers. Hang out in Discord. We'll see. Today's actually my 14-year anniversary with my wife. Of 14 years of being together. So
nice.
we might do some celebrating instead.
Yeah. She's going to skate while he streams. It's fine.
We skated yesterday. It was dope. But we actually might go for a skate.
Yeah, cool.
What do you got? What do you got for us, Al?
Well, I remember one. I think it was a Friday night. There was two couples came in, and
this is not going to go well.
No. And it was late, and there weren't a lot of people in the place, and so it was just the four of them going into the game.
Nice.
And
this is really not going to go well.
Nope, it's not. Everyone can see it. It's that's exactly where it's going.
The wood, it absorbs the stench as well. So.
Thank goodness, no. So they went in, game started, and there's game sounds going off for about the first 30 seconds, and then not much going on. And we had the music going, and I'm like, I don't think anybody shot anybody for a while. So I sort of went into the kit up area and looked at the screen and went, I can still see game start, and there's like 5 shots happened. What the fuck is going on? Do they all? I mean, they're adults. How can they not know to hold the bloody front button? So I, grabbed the vest, went into the thing, and down one end in the corner there was 2 of them. and I saw the suits first, so it's like somebody's lying down, up off the floor, and I got to the thing, and the suits are on the floor. But it's okay. They weren't in the suits.
Oh, you're missing a trick.
No, thank goodness, because the suits absorb the smell too.
And there ain't no fan big enough to get rid of that smell.
Yeah. We would have had to just burn the lining of the suit. It would have been bad. So I found those 2, told them to get the hell up and get out. And I'm like, okay, obviously that's what the other 2 are doing. So I went to the other end of the maze, and there was the other 2. Doing the thing.
Yeah.
Doing the thing.
Weekly double tap, if you will.
Yes, the weekly double tap. At least it was 2 separate and not all 4 together, because I don't know what I would have been able to handle that.
Look, I mean, totem poles are important, all right? Like, it's an effective strategy.
Yeah, but you're all supposed to be facing the same way, not one standing and one facing into them.
It's doable, man. It's doable.
Oh yeah, it's definitely doable. That's what one group was doing.
Maddie says the weekly double tap of the totem pole.
Oh dear.
Russ says if it's all 4 together, just take your vest off and join.
Yeah.
Well, it's. I was happily married at the time, and so
they call me the party coach. Now let's see what we got here.
I don't believe you're using your party adequately.
Not enough cake. I'll be right back. I'll just.
Not enough
it's okay.
Frosting.
Somewhere under these ramps, I've got bagels.
See you, Gray. Have a mean show if we don't speak to you before.
You're gonna be awesome tonight, Gray.
It'll be awesome. I can't wait. Fucking can't wait. It's gonna be awesome.
Sarah says there's always room for one more.
Especially if you've got a high vis vest on.
Oh yeah. Because then they can see you coming.
Oh, the joke was so obvious, but it was so well delivered.
I'm sorry.
No,
when
you're
you
not.
lob them up like that, you just have to take the shot.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
You are not sorry in
Nope.
the slightest.
Not sorry.
Let's call that for what it is.
Yeah, not sorry.
This is the content you sub for? Exactly right.
Sorry, Morrigan.
So good.
No, he's not. He's lying.
I
He's
usually save it
100%
for
lying.
D&D when Paul lobs it up for me. It's all good.
Oh,
Glader says this just became absolute fuck.
Degeneracy.
Can't say it. Fuck it. Fuck
We
it.
get you.
Fuck. This whole talking thing is hard. It's a really good thing I'm on a fucking podcast, right?
Yeah.
Jesus
Oh.
fucking Christ.
goodness me. There were there's some rumors. So way back when I first started playing, I befriended a couple of people that have been playing for a while. I won't say any names because no need. But there were some rumors that there were a couple of employees at the time that after close may have done a bit of one-on-one, if you will, after close. So yeah, there was certainly
some
rumors.
cleaning in the arena.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah, I
dust
got
off
you.
them cobwebs.
Yeah, gotta get the vacuum out and get it done.
That's right.
Yeah, no. So that the other thing with the Laser Force Sacramento staff from like 97 through 99 and probably afterwards as well, but definitely those years there were a lot of interstaff relationships.
Yeah.
It's and we also know for a fact that the owners definitely christened pretty much every portion of the building at some point or another. Yeah, that's just a thing that's happened.
It's
repeatedly.
That's how you get ghosts, people. I don't know if you know this, but that's how you get ghosts. Amber and Brian are in love, and they are not afraid to express it. Right on.
And
they were not.
And for those of you without your decoder ring, Brian and Amber were the owners of Laser Force Sacramento. Russ doing it really good, trying to bring it full circle.
Frank is angry because he didn't finish. Poor ghost. There's plenty of ectoplasm to go around.
I think that's wrong, Morrigan. I think Frank just likes to watch.
Frank the Tank. Right, I got sent a. we're gonna take a sharp left. I got sent a message. This stories from behind the counter comes all the way from long time listener, first time caller, Disco Stew, playing out of Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah, buddy.
This should hit home for an FEC. One day I was running games for birthdays, and one of my favorite employees came running out of the arena angry. And I asked him what was wrong, noticing that noticing he was favoring his arm by his shoulders, about 5'9" from there to the ground. I noticed a dark band about the size of a US nickel on his upper arm. I asked, a dark mark, sorry, I'm fucking this up. I asked what happened and, Jesus Christ. I asked him what happened and what was on his arm. He looked at me dead in the eyes and shouted, "What's brown and smells like shit?" When I investigated, I found that one of these kids, none of whom were taller than about 4'10", had smeared a small amount of human excrement as if they had scratched themselves and got more than they bargained for. That was definitely a facepalm moment. You don't want a facepalm like with
after
that
that,
in your hand,
no,
bro.
no.
After seriously washing his hands, of course. That is horrific. That is. I can't do poop. That would be my worst fucking nightmare, dude. I prefer cake mushed into the carpet than that mushed into the carpet on.
Yeah,
That reminds me of a story.
From Lasers?
Uh-huh.
Go.
A birthday party story. It involved cake. So, yeah. So our
I had to
birthday
shut down
parties.
for 2 hours. That's fucking awful, Stu.
Yeah, I bet.
I'd rather the smell of weed than the smell of shit permeating throughout my laser tag arena.
Yes.
Given a
definitely.
choice, yeah.
Yes, please. So we had our Laser Force birthday parties. One of the options, or when I first started working there, the option was you got 2 games of Laser Force, you ate, and then you had a third game of Laser Force. Yes. So the kids had their 2 games back to back, and they went out and they played their mini golf, and they ate all their food, and they drank their fizzy drinks, and they had their cake, and they went into the arena, and they then all of a sudden there's oh, yeah. and then one of the kids comes out and says, "I think Johnny's not well," or whatever the kid's name was. And I went, "Why? What happened? Show me." And I've gone in there, and underneath one of the ramps, this kid has just projectile vomited. Luckily, didn't hit anything wood. It was all just on concrete.
Oh, yuck, man.
But it was underneath where the warbot is, and it had the whole space. And I'm like, screamed at the staff member with me to stop the game and turn the lights on and get everybody out before somebody ran through it, or somebody else ran through it.
Oof.
Ugh.
It luckily only took us about 20 minutes to clean it up, but because it was pretty well contained.
That sour like smell. Oh, yuck, dude.
That bile smell.
It's so gross.
Yeah. Nope.
So, Pint Size said there's a couple of instances of literal shit found in places that weren't the bathroom. Not just smears of it either. Who
yeah, you're mid-game, you need to go.
Yeah, that's what I do on the footy field. I just drop my decks and take a shit, and then go and kill a resupply.
Yeah, find a corner. Well, we had an area of the sidetrack maze that was literally called the toilet.
Yeah,
because it used to be a toilet. Like so when it was a zone 3,
yeah,
it was the staff toilet. So it was a locked door, and you could get the staff had the key. They would unlock it and go to the toilet in the arena, and it was a literal amazing. Toilet.
Okay, interesting.
Because the whole building used to be like a factory, so there were a couple of different places that were toilets, and this was an office toilet. So it was against the side wall of the building, and it was plumbed, and it was it had a proper toilet in it, and sink, and it was a proper toilet. Yeah, hold on. And so it was always when they eventually moved Zone 3 out, they left the door unlocked, foolishly. Left, like, the light didn't work anymore. It was still a toilet, but people could hide in there when we first opened. So people would go in and hide in the toilet, and play from in there.
That's amazing.
It was.
That's so dumb.
And because the guns were one-handed, you could. You just open the door, stick your head out, shoot back in the door. And if people didn't know the door was there, they would have no idea where you were hiding.
That's awesome.
That is ridiculous.
And then Barry wised up a bit and got rid of it. Like, obviously it was part of the plan to get rid of that and include it as the space. And so it was just then called the toilet forever.
I don't think I ever saw it as the toilet, but I definitely remember it being referred to as the toilet.
It was well gone by the time you came. I think it was probably even gone by the time Ducky started playing. Ducky, are you in chat? Was it ever a toilet when you played?
That'd have been gone before you got there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so it was just in the first year, sort of 90, 95, 96.
Stu
yeah,
said,
that's
Stu said
no.
he's cleared out every bodily fluid you can think of at an FEC. That makes me sad.
Yep. I think I have to.
Yeah, getting off of the bodily fluids because just
Can we do bodily fluids that are a little bit less gross?
I mean, is there that though?
Yes. Like wasn't it who got hit above the eye? Was it one of you?
Wasn't me.
Was it Sneak?
It could have. What, at a nationals or?
No. At a.
Oh, actually,
Stu.
Ron last year, not last year, year before, got busted open in Detroit. Got fucked up, actually.
And I know Stu's gotten wrecked before, and I've gotten wrecked like that before, but that's not fun.
No, I got hit in the mouth with someone in a public game. She cracked me with the phaser.
I've got a fake tooth because of it. So yeah, like literally one of my front teeth is fake from a members night incident. Great, not so much.
We had a guy this guy. He was really a bit strange, and he used to come to members nights. And in the green base, I was working, and he went into a green base, and he somehow fell over, and managed to cut his arm, like a good 2.5-inch cut around his forearm.
Oof.
And we had to take him off. Like, I think Shags took him off to hospital for stitches.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really bleeding, but you could see, like, it was full on. Weirdest thing.
Brutal, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going with dumb injuries, this is one.
Sorry.
What are we holy fucking at?
Morgan said.
That was. Sorry.
A young kid died in an arena in the Midlands here because a large teen collided with him. That's brutal, man.
Wow, that's bad.
Fuck.
Oof.
Ducky, it wasn't that the injury I'm not talking about wasn't the mesh. Richo hit the mesh and has a square cut scar on his face
really?
from the mesh. Yeah. I don't think that guy did it though.
Stu still has the chest plate marks on his head. That's amazing. Wish I had thought to take note of the actual vest. That's right. You can't read it off the forehead. It's not there.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's real sad. Sorry, Tham. What were you gonna say?
Well, I don't.
Do it.
Now after seeing that, it's like, well, okay. So this is from well after my time as an actual employee, but is still one of those things where it's like, really? So one of the sections of the maze in Sacramento was basically you would come out from an area that we call the dungeon to get to the open sign area, and for a while it was an open area that you could just get shot. One of the changes that got made to the arena over the years was that got covered, basically in an effort to try to make the arena more playable upstairs and downstairs, try to force people downstairs to do more stuff, and it worked. Well, on this now platform section, there was a gap in it specifically so that a base could be run underneath it, and it was a pretty standard size gap, about 2 feet by 2 feet, whatever. I mean, it was just a spot that hadn't been covered. It was fine. There was no way to get to this spot without literally climbing over a wall. Like, there's no direct access to this. You have to climb over a wall that is at minimum at least a meter high for those of you in non-freedom units, and about
we're all over the place, mate.
In real units.
In real units, about a meter, a little more than a meter. In fake units, a little over a yard, because they're relatively similar. Point being, you have to make an effort to climb this wall to get onto this platform. And apparently some kid thought it would be a great idea to climb up over the wall and get onto this platform. And apparently while walking around shooting things, did not see that there was a hole, because nobody's supposed to be there, and went straight through it and broke both ankles.
Oh, brutal, dude.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that kind of put paid to a lot of parties, because obviously that happened, and
everybody heard about it.
Ambulance and this, that, and the other. Well, obviously the day's schedule got completely munted, because you can't run games while they're trying to deal with kid with broken ankles. Yeah, just one of those like, really?
Don't climb
You
in the
climbed-
arena, kids.
Yeah, and my understanding is, the parents sued and all that good stuff, and yeah, all that fun stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, not a winner. Just one of those things that you just have to kind of stand back in awe of the. Really?
Pint size.
Now, I will say that hole did get covered up
Perfect.
after that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, okay, obviously people are going to be stupid and try to get on there, but yeah, not a winner.
Pint size put in chat that Goku broke his wrist jumping out of the tower window whilst playing freeze tag after hours. What is freeze tag?
It's where you tag somebody and they have to freeze.
It's very hard to defy gravity like that. I don't think I've ever been able to freeze in midair, falling out of a tower. That's poor life choices. That is.
Yeah, not so fantastic.
That reminds me of another thing. I love how you tell stories that remind me of stories. One Saturday we went into the maze and marshalling the party games. And I go out into the same area of the Warbot. So at Oakley, you've got the Warbot sits between two towers, and there's a beam that runs between the two towers.
Oh no!
Like a metal girder beam, and you shouldn't be able to get up there. And I walk into the maze, and there's this suit up in the air. What the fuck is going on? And there was a kid who'd climbed up onto the wall of the ramp and then climbed up onto the girder and climbed out along the girder and was sitting, protecting his suit from the Warbot and shooting the Warbot. Because the girder had the big V, so his shoulders were covered, and he was sitting there holding on the gun around, and he couldn't be shot from the front by the Warbot, and he was just pinging the Warbot.
What a legend! What a legend! we had a couple.
Back in the days when you could shoot the Warbot repeatedly.
Yeah. Pre when the Warbot would just crack the shits and just at you all the time, and before your phaser was intimately more hittables. That was sort of Gen 5, I think Gen 5. So no chest sensor, and the front phaser sensor was iffy at best, which is why we still didn't use it as a hit zone at that stage.
We had a couple of players manage to climb the walls in the Auckland arena, and like those walls are
that's impressive.
Yeah, that
is impressive.
Trips and Saint.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. Never mind.
Suddenly it all makes sense.
Yeah, completely makes sense.
Those two, they climbed up over near where the smoke gen is. They climbed those walls, and like
that's near the spider, yeah.
Near the spider, yeah. And
yeah. Yep.
Those walls must be a good, I don't know, 10 to 12 foot tall.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Huge, massive walls. And they managed to climb up there and sit up there and just down at people, and then they couldn't get down again. It was pretty funny.
Well, to be fair, neither of them were exactly kings of long-term planning.
No.
Yeah, horseshoe walls. Yeah, basically those walls, Doom. They managed to climb up. Like
that is an impressive climb.
Real impressive. Like that's flat. I think one of them boosted, and then the other one they pulled them up. So,
but still, to get up on the top of them is
crazy.
Yeah,
absolutely crazy.
Pretty incredible.
You're right, though. That's poor foresight.
but again, the second you say who it is, it doesn't surprise me in the slightest that they would have poor forward planning.
Morgan said in the laser quest she worked at, they had real sofas in the arena, houses in a zombie apocalypse theme. People would throw the cushions everywhere. That's probably the most wholesome vandalism I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Oh, it's real bad. These kids, what they did is they went in there, right, and they scattered cushions all over the floor. It was terrible. What a mess.
I know. How dare they?
It's so British. I love it.
All right, Morrigan. How hot was the heat wave?
Fuck your cushions.
I'm curious as.
I'm curious of the heat wave.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what the UK defines as a.
I'm gonna say like
as a heat
32.
wave.
32 would be significant heat wave over there.
I mean, it would be. 28's a significant heat wave in London, definitely.
29.
29. I know. Come on, Morgan.
It was okay until some enterprising 8-year-old used the cushions as pack cover. That's genius. That's right up there. That's right up there with Gerda level play.
Taking initiative.
Yeah.
Definitely.
30 feels hot. Yeah, same here.
Yeah, 30 does feel hot there. You're right.
Right. What else? Do you guys have any other tales from behind the counter?
I mean, here's the thing with this. The biggest issue is that, I mean, I'm sure Al and I could talk for fucking
Hours.
ever
Yeah.
about this. The problem is that, like, all the stories kind of start falling into, you know, some
So
fairly...
this one time these people got naked, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's you kind of have your relatively generic, you know, top level story, and you have a bunch of stories that fit into these boxes. I mean, I mean, you've got your angry customers, you've got your oh my god, we had to clean up this because of this. Oh my god, we have this horrific injury. Oh my god, people are having sex in the arena. I mean, everything kind of falls into these similar sort of things, and I don't know. I feel like we've kind of hit all the high
marks.
Points.
Yep.
As far as that goes. So yeah, I mean, we could keep going, but
we've got about an hour and a half. I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation because it's been very organic and very nice to sit around and yarn. Did Al ever get fired for being mean though? I can't imagine that ever happened to you, Al. Did you get some warnings?
No. I did get into trouble with a staff member for not realizing that the manager was gay.
Yeah.
And I went through, like a lot of men my age, went through a period of calling everything gay.
I was guilty of that for a long time.
Yeah, generational thing. Yeah, it's definitely a very generational thing.
It really is.
Guilty.
Men who were late teens or early 20s in the early 90s, where homophobia was rife, especially for those of us who were a part of the tail end of the scare tactics of the AIDS campaigns and all of that stuff, where homosexual men especially were vilified by us, and anything to touch back on a conversation I had with, or an interaction I had with Heathen earlier, where he me saying I loved Than, said was gay, and he was kidding, but that kind of thing, it now hits home very much because of that period of time, and now recognizing how bad, like how poorly behaved we as a gender were towards men, other men, and so I had this staff member, female staff member who was a good friend of mine for many years, and the male manager who I still believe is the best manager I ever had at Laser Force. I met him first when he was the Zone 3 manager at Sidetracked, and he was still not comfortable revealing his gender identity or his sexuality to other people, and I met him there, and the two of them worked together there, and I was just a customer at Zone 3. But he was dating a string of girls, and he would always tell us about the girls he was dating. And then he left when Zone left, and then I got a job at Sidetracked in Laser Force, and the girl came back to Laser Force from Zone because the Zone 3 that they moved to was in the city, and she didn't like the commute to the city. It turned out that he was then let go by Zone 3 after he came out. It was never... allegedly, it was about poor performance at work, not about his sexuality. However, I'm not here to speculate. But he was released by them, and Sidetracked grabbed him because he was an amazing organizer. A lot of the things that they kept using for another 15 years after were put in place by him. So when he came on board, 2 parties a day in Laser Force required 4 staff just in Laser Force.
Wow.
And then like the place was completely overstaffed. And he came through and he went, well, you can do this and this and this and this. If we just stagger this and do this and this, you can have 1 person or 2 people running 6 parties through Laser Force. And I went, 6 parties? We can't possibly do 6 parties. That's too much. I can't possibly do it. Can't be done. And he went, bullshit. Let me show you how.
Yeah, hold my beer.
Yeah, hold my beer. I will plan your day for you. And I went, no, you can't do it. And he did it. And I bought in and was then running Laser Force with me and this girl. And we had a party girl who would do our parties. And she was running 6 parties. And anyway, so I said something was gay, and it's blah, 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 blah. And he got a bit funny and left. And she went, "You do realize that he actually is gay?" And I went, "No, he's dating girls." She went, "No, that was a long time ago. Now he's dating a boy, which is why he's happier." And I went, and you went across and apologized to him, but that was my learning day. Like I did not, from that point, that was it. Didn't call things gay anymore, and was particularly repentant EDM party girl. No. Her name was Isabella, and I would, every time she came in, I would sing to her. No. I like Isabella. Funnily enough, what I thought was really funny is that the main party people didn't like Isabella because she wore Doc Marten boots and she was like a little bit gothy, but not quite. But she had these Docs, and everyone else was in sneakers, and all the other party staff sort of looked at her funny and went, "You're not really party staff." And that's why she got booted across to Laser Force, because like, well, you're not really part of your Laser.
You go hang out with the cool kids in the corner.
You go over there. Yeah.
With this, go over to Laser Force, the island of misfit toys.
Pretty much. But Isabella was fantastic.
She does sound amazing. I want to be friends with her.
She was great party girl. She party coach, party organizer. We called them party girls because it was all girls until we finally got a boy doing it. And it was like, we can't call them party girls anymore. No.
Nah.
Well, so
party people.
Yes,
party coach, whatever.
So
party coach would have been a good idea.
One of your guys' players actually helped me have my moment of that, because we were pretty bad for it back in the day. Oh, that's gay, bro, or you're gay, bro, or whatever. And we were at a tournament in Brisbane, and some of your boys came down, and one of whom was gay, and we didn't know. I'd never met him. Myself.
We didn't know either.
Yeah, he I think by the sounds of it, he kept it pretty tight-lipped.
Yeah.
And we were drunk and acting the fool, and calling each other the F word, and and he got real upset about it, and the next day, basically was like, I hate that guy. He's such a dick. And I was like, oh, what? How come you hate me? And he explained why, and I was like, you're 100% right. I'm like truly sorry. And so I think from that kind of point on, stop doing it. And that was like 2005. Yeah. So
but given the person, it would had to have been 2005, because that was my 0 point team.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like it's these important things that happen that realize that even though it's something that you do all the time, it doesn't make it acceptable. So
no,
and changing and growing as a person is not a bad thing. If you can better yourself in a way, you
definitely not
do it.
I mean, just kind of comes full circle back to the whole self-improvement, trip that we started Resupply is on. Yeah.
Fuck, we're kicking balls here, mate.
we are. It's almost like we've been doing this for so long. We can bring everything full circle from the start of the show to the end of the
So
show.
it's like a nice curve too. It's like we'll start low and then we'll build it up and have the funny stuff, and then we'll bring it down to a serious note
and round it back out. Yeah,
and then send you back off to your weekends.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's almost like we've been doing this long enough that we can do a relatively solid flow.
So professional, exactly right.
yeah.
Almost 100,
I
folks.
say we take off and
Ooh,
nuke
a
the
nuke.
entire site from orbit.
Sick new drop. Almost 100. Almost 100 episodes of how long? 5 years? 4 years? 5 years.
5 years, because I think
Yeah.
I think we started doing these originally back in 2016 because we were starting to like prep for 2017 Nats in Sacramento, and you had the brilliant idea of, hey, we should record ourselves talking about lasers and see if anybody wants to listen to it. And it was like, why not? And apparently
Multiple people.
Come and hang out.
tens of people enjoy listening to it, so it's cool. Pint Size asking what's planned for Special 100. We don't know yet.
I've been thinking about it. I have actually been thinking about it.
You're implying that we plan this shit more than a week in advance, and very
More than a
seldom
couple of days in advance.
Yeah, we very, very, very seldom plan this shit more than a couple of days in advance. There are a couple of things we have planned for, like the show in 2 weeks is going to be another rewatchables.
Do you want to announce what we're going to watch?
Yeah, I do, because I want people to watch it beforehand.
Yeah.
We are going to do Starship Troopers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
In 2 weeks, because quite honestly, even though it has nothing to do with lasers really, like, at all, it's such a fucking great campy movie.
It's so good.
Just so fucking fantastic. So we're gonna do that, and we're giving everybody the 2 weeks notice, because we're giving ourselves a 2 weeks notice, because we know everybody's schedule is a little wonky, and trying to carve out the time to watch a movie is not always the easiest thing. Matt's asking if we're doing Starship Troopers 2. No, bro. We're doing the original. Fuck off. Fuck off.
We're not doing the whole series?
No.
There was only one.
Yeah.
There
There was the
can be
first
only
one, and that's it.
There was
that's it.
4, I think, or 5 Starship Troopers. The last 2 were animated.
We're gonna what? Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a watch party on that as well on the Friday, like we have the last couple of rewatchables. So, we'll do another watch party in Discord if you want to come along and add your own random jokes or whatever. Feel free to. And then we'll.
Would you like to see more?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those things we actually briefly considered it for doing it for this week, but we only had the idea literally like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, and we decided that was a terrible idea because it just didn't give us enough lead time.
Yeah.
Didn't give us enough lead time, which is really the most important thing. But it didn't give you glorious people watching us the lead time to watch the movie on your own if you wanted to. So in 2 weeks time we're going to do that. That'll be episode 95. Next week will be episode 94 of something. It'll be Steve-O and DK. I won't be here, so I don't care. As far as episode 100, it's on Steve-O's birthday. It's 4 days before mine, so that's kind of cool. It's really weird how that kind of lined up. Like, we started counting forward the shows, like, to where 100 was going to end up. It was like, you're fucking kidding me. This ends up, it's on Steve-O's birthday and it's 4 days before mine. This is too good.
Yeah.
Done and done. Steve-O actually needs, Steve-O actually needs to tell us what's in his head, which we're going to do obviously off mic because or off camera.
Also, we don't have 16 hours to listen to all of the things that are in Steve's head.
Well,
correct.
It's very hard to like lasso a lot of what's going on up there.
That's accurate. So yeah, that's kind of what's coming up in the short to medium term future, which I just totally stole Steve-O's thunder on doing that, but whatever. He's a pro. He'll pick it up. It's fine.
Tell by the hair.
Very much.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. It's gonna be it'll be the Centennial episode, right?
Yeah.
So I'll figure something out. Maybe we'll do fancy dress, or maybe we'll just dress up in general. We'll get spiffy. Just all stuff that comes to my head. We'll figure something else. We'll make it a thing. Basically, it'll be a couple of hours of you guys watching me eat a rainbow cake. I can't wait. Rainbow sprinkle cake is on the list. That is something that is absolutely happening. Because there is a place that I know that makes them, and they are fucking awesome. But they're like $120, so good cake, Spency cake.
I would fucking well hope so for $120 fucking dollars.
Yeah,
It's
this place
a
called.
big cake,
Oh, it's massive. It's fucking huge.
and you're going to eat the whole thing.
No. Yes.
I was going to say, who's there with you, Dan? Who can't eat it? It's going to be all you.
I won't eat the whole thing on stream. Obviously, I'll eat a slice, and then I'll figure out.
Sorry, what the hydrate bot that day is eat a slice of cake.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Oh shit. And Russ says diabetes is back on the menu, boys. Yeah, that's gonna be
Yep.
That's gonna be super problematic for Steve-O, I think.
Flash of inspiration for the cake.
Hey, if we could get a blood sugar meter and do his blood sugars at the start,
Does that
and
involve
then get him to
the
eat
finger thing?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
get him to eat the cake and then do it at the end.
I say
So
we
here's
take
the
off
thing.
What
and
the blood
nuke the
sugars change
entire
is.
site
That would be
from
really
orbit.
cool.
Big nuke. Here's the thing. I am deathly afraid. Well, I suppose poor choice of words, but deathly afraid of diabetes. Mostly because I can't stand the thought of having to prick my finger on a daily basis. I don't want to do it.
Multiple times a day.
Multiple times a day. I can't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. Hate it.
There's only one thing you can change that will change your likelihood, because you are a Maori man
Tick, tick,
over 35.
tick. Not yet. 30.
Oh.
So my 35th birthday is this year.
So in a couple of weeks, you're going to be Maori man
Tick.
over 35.
Tick.
Waistline greater than a meter is the only thing that you can stop
Yeah.
or do anything about to reduce your likelihood of diabetes.
Fuck, I hope that my waistline is smaller than a meter. That's a big waist.
Probably
Is it not? Oh, fuck.
No, it's not a big, like, yeah.
Fuck, where's my tape measure? On that dark note,
Let me bring everything right down.
Nice job, Al.
Maybe there's
Well
no
done.
rainbow cake for Steve this year.
Maybe it's a rainbow cupcake.
Yeah, maybe.
That sounds good.
I say we
Good
take
lord.
off and
Oh,
nuke the
nukes all
entire
over the place
site from
today.
orbit.
Yes, Glader, that's circumference.
Yeah. It's very nice that you came in and dropped your knowledge on the stream today, Al. I very, very much appreciate you coming in on especially short notice as well. We gave you less than 24 hours notice.
Pretty much.
Less
It was
than-
good fun.
It was close to 12. We gave just over 12 hours notice.
Yep. No, it would have been close to 24. It was yesterday afternoon.
Oh, was it? Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it's close to 24.
This week we don't have any D&D tomorrow, but we will be back next week with hopefully with Laser Force Live on Tuesday. We'll be back with Thunderdome Thursday on Thursday. Hopefully finish Doom this week, which was pretty fucking crazy intense.
Oh, you finally got there.
Just finally got there. It was intense too, really intense. Thunderdome Thursday's back. We'll have another show. Than is not joining us again next week, but you know he does that, and then we'll be back in with D&D the following day. In the build up to episode number 100, if you have anything that you'd like to see on our centennial episode, chuck it in the Discord. If you haven't already, which most of you have, I'm pretty sure someone else can write it in there because I'm typing like a dummy. Come join us on Discord. Come hang out in there. It's where all the cool kids go, apparently. But yeah, thanks, Al. Really appreciate you.
No worries. Thanks for having me. It was good fun, as usual.
It was
Always
great,
is.
great fun. For this week though, I have been Guy Next Door.
And I've been Than.
Always remember to backtrack, kids. We will see you next week. Peace.